Thank you, Mr. Chair. As usual, I will defer to Committee Ranking Member Mr. Larsen.
Thank you, Mr. Carwell. So I gave you a forewarning in my opening, and it just was reported as well that the policy defining nooses and swastikas as potentially divisive has gone into effect. Actually, and I know the Commandant has said that these are prohibited. I don't understand how it can be prohibited and potentially divisive at the same time. We passed a federal law in 2021 or 2, I forget what it was, actually making lynching a hate crime here in the United States. Nooses are directly associated with lynching, so I don't know how you can have a potentially divisive symbol of a noose and have lynching be a federal hate crime in the United States. So you may not be the person, but you're here, and so I'm asking, like, how can you square this circle for us? I appreciate what Commandant Lundy said and showed us November 20th or whatever day we met with him about the language that is operative as far as he goes, but the policy says something totally different.
Ranking Member, just to be perfectly clear, the Coast Guard has not, we do not now, and we won't tolerate any hate symbols within the Coast Guard. Our personnel work too hard. We have too many missions to complete. To the extent that instruction has been misinterpreted or is open to misinterpretation, the Commandant looked to close that gap by issuing a lawful general order, which oversteps any of the policy, and if anything fails at the unit level.
So get rid of the policy, or make the policy very clear what swastikas and nooses are. I want to get into swastikas. I don't like it's horrible.
No, Ranking Member, we agree. And for for our operators, for the field level, for our Coast Guard men and women, that the policy is clear and it's unambiguous, and the lawful order gives all of our unit commanders and our personnel all the tools that they need.
The only way to test this is if there's a coastie that does something to potentially violate it, right? Unfortunately, and then you are stuck enforcing it. And I want you to enforce it, but it's either potentially divisive or it's hateful. A hateful symbol. And then you'll have to decide. I've already decided. And you'll need to decide to change the policy, because these are not potentially divisive. They are divisive. In fact, they're worse. They're hateful. But you came here for another reason, and I know Salute has other questions for you as well. The Navy has deployed 5 separate autonomous vehicles. One was built in my district, the USX-1 Defiant, and that's a DARPA program. There are 2 other DARPA platforms and 2 Strategic Capability Office platforms. Is the Coast Guard at all involved in monitoring, watching, assessing the operations of these to create some learning opportunities for y'all?
Ranking Member, absolutely. We take part at DIU and at DARPA. We're interconnected with many of the Joint Task Forces. We're working with 5th Fleet over in Bahrain. So a lot of the efforts that the Navy goes through, obviously they are leaders in this, as well as many industry members are. And so we have close connection with those folks. The RAS PEO that I mentioned, their staff actively works, across, everywhere that we get the R&D center, our Blue Technology Center of Expertise that this subcommittee helped us put in place. We are trying to capture everything that we can and field everything that we can as rapidly as possible.
Yeah, Admiral Thomas, related to Chair Azell's question about incorporating autonomous systems into the actual operation of a platform and the concerns that you have about the security of that. How are you going to, as much as you can, tell us, how are you going about ensuring the security of the incorporation of these systems so that they're protected?
Ranking Member, You know, I think with everything, the great news is everything's connected today. The bad news is everything's connected today. And this is something we have to balance. We are every day under Force Design 28 rapidly prototyping new technologies, bringing them into our operational envelope, delivering those capabilities to the operator. And we are balancing that risk, the cybersecurity risk associated with that new tech, with the risk of potentially not delivering it or denying that capability from being delivered to our operators. So we iterate every single day, and we have the technical capability in Coast Guard Cyber Command, working with our colleagues in the C5I enterprise to manage this risk and find the right balance so we can deliver for our operators.
All right. Mr. Chair, if I just may, I want to congratulate the Coast Guard as well for more documented drug interdictions this year than anything the DoD has been able to demonstrate with its operations in the Caribbean. You all know how to do it, you're doing it right, and you're keeping us safe, and I appreciate that. With that, I yield back.
Gentlemen, you